guys. No video Monday. I'm sorry about that, but at least I'm uploading on a Friday. Anyway, things have been really hectic lately. My sleep has been all kinds of wonky. I'm having like no energy. I haven't been in the mood to read, which sucks because I'm reading Does It Hurt by H.G. Carlton right now, and I heard that there's a big like plot twist at the end, and I'm really curious. I want to know what goes on. There's also just like a big mystery in general, and I need to know what's going on in the lighthouse, like what is happening. But I'm not done reading that. I'm still reading it. I'm hoping that I can get my butt in gear and fix my sleep schedule so that my energy will go up, and so then I'll have energy to read. But while I work on that, I figured let's go through my physical TBR because man, oh man, it's gotten really big. As you guys know, I got this bookshelf for Christmas and it is full, completely full. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set up the camera. My room is a mess. Do not mind my messy bed, okay? Do not say anything about it. We all have our moments. Anyway, I'm gonna set up the camera, get all of these books, and we're gonna go through them, and I guess I'll talk about how excited I am. And if you have read any of these books, don't spoil anything, but I would like to know how you felt about any of the books if you've read them. Or like give me your rating on them so that I have an idea what to expect when I go in, but do not spoil anything, okay? We're good. So I've got all the books here. We're gonna do shelf by shelf, in the order that I have the books stacked. So I've got 6 shelves and they're all full. So let's just get into it. So the first shelf is my Zodiac shelf. It's actually really full right now. So I'm gonna have to figure something out when I get the other books, but I got the first Zodiac and the second Zodiac, and I got the third and the fourth one. I have 2 of the OG covers and 2 of them in the really pretty. I think I'm gonna wait for all of them to come out in this with these covers because they're just so pretty. Like, hello, they're gorgeous. But I don't want to read Zodiac until I have all of the books and the novellas. So this one is definitely going to make me wait the longest to read, and I will probably have all of these finished by the time I get to this one. But this is really, really big, and I think the books just keep getting bigger. So I don't know, I'm like scared but really excited and like nervous, but for like all the best reasons, because I know that I'm going to most likely love it. I know it's fantasy and I believe there's romance, so it's like a romantasy, and I love those. I love ACOTAR and the Empyrean series, and I have learnt my lesson with the Empyrean series. I am not going to get into another fantasy romance series until I have every book of the series, which is why I'm waiting to read Zodiac until I get all books. If I didn't set that rule for myself, I probably would have already read at least the first book by now. But I just want to wait. I want to have all the books so that I can just dive in, and then I don't have to come out until I finish it. Like, I want that experience for myself. So that is why I'm waiting. I do feel like, because I've been reading so slow this year, I don't know what next year has in store. And if I were to get all the books this year, I probably won't, but if I were, I would most likely take a full year to read this whole series. So yeah, that's gonna be like its own thing. I might make a full-length video, or not video, reading vlog of the series, or I'll break it down per book like I did with ACOTAR. I don't know yet, and I haven't made up my mind on what I'm doing with it yet. But I am going to most likely do a form of a vlog video with these. I just don't know if I want it all together or separate them up by book. I don't know. But comment down below which one you would rather see. If you would rather see it broken up into like each book gets their own video, or if I should just mush it all together into one big huge video. I'm open to either. My second shelf, this one was my dark romance shelf, but I recently got 2 books that didn't fit anywhere else because I ran out of room, so we'll get the 2 non-dark romances out of the way. This one is Addicted for Now. I read Ricochet this year, and I read Addicted to You last year, and I'm ready. I really enjoyed Ricochet, actually. I didn't know how much I would like it because it was so small, but I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. So I'm excited to get back into it and read this. I do plan on reading this one this year. I think what I'm gonna do is, it's up between this one and the Song of Achilles on what I'm gonna read next, but we'll see how I feel when I finish Does It Hurt, because like how my mood is when I finish it and how it ends is going to determine what I'm feeling. But I really do like this, and I really do want to read this before summer is over. I don't know, that's a little goal, personal goal that I set myself, is to get this out of the way before summer ends. So will I meet that goal? Stay tuned and find out. The next book is another recent one. I know nothing about this book, literally nothing. I saw it and I was like, wow, these letters are really pretty green. Like, I really like this green, and I hardly ever see it anywhere, and it caught my eye. And then I saw that there was a snake on the cover, and I was like, ooh, snakes freak me out, no thank you. But then I saw the sprayed edges and was like, oh my gosh, those are gorgeous. And then I read the back, which is Every 13 Summers People Disappear in Carrion, Georgia. So then I was like, okay, well, I have to get this. This is clearly a mystery. Don't know anything else. I know that they've got like a little description here. Haven't read it. That's what I tend to do. I tend to like read like the little context that they'll give you, and then I don't read the description. So I think this is literally just gonna be like a mystery book, which I'm here for. I can see this being like end of summer vibe for me. So maybe after I finish Addicted for Now, I'll jump into something spooky. We'll see, I don't know. But I am excited to read it. And it feels really like small, and it doesn't have that many pages. And I think I'll definitely be able, as long as I can get into the story, I'll be able to like breeze through it, because I love mysteries, and assuming that like nothing crazy happens anymore this year, knock on wood. Now we're getting into the dark romance section of the second shelf. It's upside down. I have God of Malice. I only have the first book. I do want to get at least the next 2 books before I start this series, just so if I get totally addicted and need more, I will have more, and then I will have time to get the other books. I think there's only 5 in this series. I think. I could be wrong, but I think there's only 5, so yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 6. So if I get the other 2, then I'll have half of the books, and then I could just get the other half if I'm really digging it and like need more. I'm sure I will like it. It's really small, but like the sprayed edges, I love it. I also really like the cover. It's really pretty. So I'm excited to get into it, but I think I'm gonna wait until I get the next like 2 books for it. Same with the next book. It's Corrupt. I actually might not wait to get the other books. I might just jump into it and then get the other books when I'm ready. But it's the Devil's Night series. The first book, Corrupt. It actually matches my nails. I did not do that on purpose. Wow. I do think that I'm going to save this for like spooky season, just because, I don't know, the cover kind of gives like spooky vibes, but I don't know anything about this book. I know that it's a group of guys who, like, everyone says that they peaked in high school, but they're not in high school anymore, so I'm very interested as to what that means exactly, because I have an idea in my head, but I could always be wrong. Yeah, so I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to read it, and I do know it's a dark romance, so I'm expecting crazy stuff to go down. Same with God of Malice. And then my last, not my last dark romance, but the last one for the shelf, I got it. I got Scarred a while ago. I was really scared to get it because I heard that it's got trafficking in it, and I know that that was in Haunting Adeline and I ate that book up, but they also got revenge on those people at the end of the book, so I was more okay with it. I don't know if there's any revenge for that in this book. I literally don't know what to expect other than that, which really scares me, so I'm gonna like wait as long as I can before I get into this. I really need to build up the courage to read this book. That's really what's going on. I do want the other books in the series, and I do want to read the whole series, but I'm just gonna do one at a time. They're not connected in any way. They're all standalones, so I can really just take my time with this, and I don't have to treat it like a series like I do with the others. So I am glad for that, but I'm really scared to read this, and I'm still going to read them in the order that they came out. That's just how I am. So that is it for shelf 2. Now, shelf 3, I think, is probably my favorite shelf, aside from the first one with the Zodiac. But this one has Unite Me. It's got the Destroy Me and Fracture Me novellas in here, and look at how pretty that shines. So pretty. I love the Shatter Me covers. I love all of them. I don't know what it is, but it's just so pleasing. I don't know, there's just something about it. And also that shine is really gorgeous. Like, come on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read Destroy Me first, and then I'm gonna read Unravel Me, which is the second book. And just look at that. That's so pretty. It's like ice. I feel like this might have like winter, because like the eye is frozen, or like the eyelashes are frozen, and so it's just giving winter vibes. And then I'll read Fracture Me, which is the last novella in this little booklet, and then I will be able to go on to Ignite Me, which also, look at that shine. That is gorgeous. This is kind of giving like spring with the flowers blooming, but like it's gorgeous. I love it. And then after I finish this one, I will definitely get the other. I think there's another novella after this one, so I'll get that novella, and then I'll get the next book, and I'll just keep going from there. I have on my phone the order to read them, so I'm literally just going to get them in the order to read them so that I can stay on track. And then I have Throttled, which I got like a month ago, and I was so excited to get it, and I'm so excited to read it. I cannot wait. I just want to find time where I don't have 10,000 books lined up, because it feels like I've got such a huge stack lined up for me. So I'm gonna wait until I can pick this book without feeling bad about any other book. So yeah, next I have Binding 13, which I honestly thought I would have read by now, but I haven't. I've just had so many other books call to me. I will get to it eventually, but if I like this book, then I think I'm gonna go and try to get the other books before I finish the series. This is more so just me testing the waters to see if I like it, or if I should just stop right there, you know? I think I'll like it though. I think I will. I know that they're in a high school, and it's like a high school romance, I think. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm excited. That was all of shelf 3. We are on to shelf 4. This video is longer than I thought it would be, but that's good. This is the other runner-up that I might read next, if I don't read Addicted for now. The Song of Achilles. I really want to read it. I've been wanting to read it for so long. So if I'm still in the mood for it, when I finish Does It Hurt, I will read this. I want to read it so bad. I'm so excited. I know this book is going to make me cry and break my heart, and I'm ready for it. Give me the pain. Maybe, depending on how I feel after Does It Hurt. But right now, I'm ready. Next, I have This Song Is Not For You, which I heard this is a happy ending romance, which I need that. I need that in my life because I've been reading so much sad stuff. I need this. This is gonna be like a reward for me when I read it. I don't know when I'm gonna read it. Again, I think this is gonna be more of like a when the timing feels right type of thing. I'm definitely most of the time an emotional reader, so I'll just pick something that like fits my vibe, and then like depending on how I feel at the end of a book, then my next read will go off of my feelings after reading another book. That made sense. Then I have The Things We Leave Unfinished, which again I've been wanting to read for a while, and I'm pretty sure this is going to make me cry again. It's also by Rebecca Yarros, who is the Fourth Wing Empyrean series author, and the Empyrean series has made me cry in every single book so far, and I think we've only got 2 books left. So also with the Empyrean series, I think what I might do, I might wait until both of the last 2 books are published before I read them. I'm still going to get them when they both release, but I think I'm gonna wait for the 5th book to come out before I jump back into that world, because the 3rd book left me devastated and heartbroken, and I don't want to go through that again with the next book. I know she hasn't even started writing it yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna read it when it first comes out, but I will definitely get it. Anyway, Things We Leave Unfinished. And then continuing the Rebecca Yarros trend, I have The Last Letter. I was wanting to read this summer, but I don't know if I'll have time, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind and this will be like my next read. I don't know. I've been saying a lot of things are going to be my next read, and then I end up going with the complete opposite. So I don't know, we'll see. And then this one I'm definitely saving for winter because it's just giving winter vibes, but I got Icebreaker. Yeah, I want to save this for winter time. It's a hockey romance. This will be my first hockey romance, so I really hope that I like it. I really, really do. Because I've never read hockey or sport romance in general. I haven't read any sports romances, unless you want to count 1,000 Broken Pieces, because the dude was a hockey player, but they didn't focus on that at all. That was just like the tiniest bit in the last part of the book. So I personally don't count that, but I don't know. Bookshelf number 5. This one is kind of my like random bookshelf. It's just where I put books that like don't fit or don't belong on other shelves. So yeah, we'll go with this one, Her Soul for Revenge. I read Her Soul to Take last year with my cousin. We do plan on buddy reading this again, but she's got a friend who's joining us. So instead of 2 people, it's 3 of us reading it. And so we just have to find time for us all. So I think this will be like an October read for us. But I am, keeping it separate from my other dark romances so that I don't read it, because it's on my shelf, it stares at me, I'm tempted. So if it's on a lower shelf, I'm not looking directly at it. so it's easier to not want to read. But yeah, I wasn't in love with the first book, but I didn't hate it, and I am very interested in getting back into the story and seeing what all goes down. So I'm ready. And this one follows Juniper and Zane. So I don't remember who Juniper is. I think she's the girl who almost got sacrificed, but then she survived. So I'm actually really excited for her book because she sounds like a freaking rock star. Next I have 5 Survived by Holly Jackson. I really want to read this book for spooky season. I'm really excited to read this book. I might actually read this book after my my other spooky book that I showed. It was the hardcover, but it's buried now, so I don't want to dig it out. But I do think maybe like I could see myself reading this in like August, September, maybe, depending on what's going on. But I do want to read it this year and get it done. Another book that I want to read for spooky season, A Tempest of Tea. I don't think this will be spooky, but it's got a vampire who owns a tea shop and she solves a mystery. So I think this will be fun. This will give me a nice break from the spooky books because I'm going to be reading a lot of spooky books. I get very paranoid very easily. This will be a nice break in between. So that is what I'm saving this one for, and I'm actually really excited because I think I'm going to like it and I think it's going to be fun. And just look at the sprayed edges. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then this one is just really like not like the other books that I have, but it's You'd Be Home Now. I have Girl in Pieces. I read that book and I loved it. It broke my heart, but it slowly put it back together too. I'm expecting the same from this one. I really am excited to read it, but I'm also scared, which is why I haven't read it yet. But I do want to read it this year. That's my goal. That's my goal for like half of these books, is to read them this year. But that is the end of shelf 5. Now we're going on to the very last shelf, which you can already tell what it is. But December of last year, I read the first Twilight book. It's time for me to get back into it. Wait, I got it right the first time. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have New Moon, which I do want to read these soon. Like, the itch to get back into Twilight is itching, so I think I'm gonna break into it soon. Also, my nails match this cover as well. That says something. That's a sign. I need to get into it. Then I have Eclipse, which, you know, Eclipse is my least favorite out of all of them. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll get into this. I've only seen the movies, so maybe the book will like knock it out of the water. I don't know. But for the movies, Eclipse is my least favorite. I'm sorry. It just is. And then Breaking Dawn, which is all in one book, and that's a big old chunk right there. But I'm ready. I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to read it. This is going to be the end of my Twilight saga era. I don't know. I might get Midnight Sun. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I finish these. I know that it's just Twilight and Edward's perspective, which it would be cool to see what he's thinking and get into his mind. So I probably will get it, just on my own time. When I feel like the time is right, I will get it. But I feel like after Midnight Sun, I'm not going to get any more Twilight books. I think I'll just end it here for Twilight, just because I know that there's like Life and Death, which the roles are reversed, which I'm not really interested in reading that one. I feel like that one was more so just for the fans, and none of it is like canon in my head, so I don't see the point in reading that one. And I think there were a couple others that are just like little droplets of info that I don't think I'll read. But yeah, that was my TBR. Thank you for diving into my TBR with me. Now I gotta go put it all back on my shelf, maybe reorganize it, I don't know, but this was kind of fun going over all the books that I still have to read physically, because I made a deal with myself. I'm not allowed to get any more books until I clear off some space in my TBR. I want at least one shelf available. And when I say that, I don't mean that I want just like exactly one shelf empty. I just want enough books for one shelf to be cleared off. So that's like 5 books. So I just have to read 5 books before I can get back into it. And yes, I'm counting Does It Hurt as one of them. I am counting this one because I started that rule before I read this book. So this is the book number 1. So after this, I only have 4 books left. So look at me go. I also don't know if I mentioned this, but I dropped my reading goal from 30 books to 15 because your girl's not been reading a lot this year. I don't know what to tell you. I'm really sorry. I don't know how I've been able to keep up with like book related content for so long, but you know what? I'm smart and I'm figuring it out. I will get back into reading. I promise. I just, a lot's been happening and reading is kind of not the first thing on my mind. But I love you guys, and I will see you next week. I will not promise Monday, but I will definitely see you guys next week. I might take Monday off the scheduling completely, just for now, and then when I feel comfortable enough, I'll add it back. But I think I was just adding too much on my plate when I've already got so much behind the scenes going on. So we'll stick to Fridays for now, and then when I can bring Mondays back, I will. But I will see you guys next week with another video. I really hope that I can bring you Does It Hurt next week, but you're just gonna have to stay tuned and find out if I achieve that goal or not. I don't know, but yeah. Bye!